After opening this plastic bag, followed by this plastic bag, followed by this plastic bag, and all of these plastic bags, it says official Minecraft product, which is, it's not, but to say the least, I don't think these are legit, and not to mention that the designs are incredibly cursed. Hey everyone, so as you can tell by the title, we are back with another review of Bluey Knockoffs. And this time we have some really particular items I recently found. But before we dive right in, for some context, I did something a little bit different for this video, because unlike my other installments, I actually purchased all of these on one single website, which is of course AliExpress. And for those who don't know what that is, it's basically a website from China which kinda acts like Amazon, where it's a big platform that a bunch of different companies and sellers, well, sell products on. And from what I've seen, the products can definitely seem to be on the, I guess you could call it cheaper side, like the stuff you would find at the swap meet kind of. That's the best way I can describe it. But with that in mind, it's also interesting to point out that they do actually have a lot of Bluey merch on there, and while most of the listings appear to look official, or at least try to, there was also a lot that clearly isn't, as I did end up finding a few items. I got a few figures of various qualities, what looked like an official Talking Bluey plush for a suspiciously low price, and a set of some very cursed bootleg Funko Pops, which were all different prices for some reason. But with that, we have a lot to cover today, and more than enough weird things to look at. So without further ado, roll the footage. Alright, so as you can see, we're finally back with the classic 80s Taco Bell tabletop I got a while ago. I got the gloves, which I'm gonna put on after I finish this shot because I might probably need them. And of course, we have the crazy, kinda suspicious looking packages over here. They're all just wrapped in like these kinda cheap plastic bags and stuff. But yeah, I ordered 5 items or maybe more stuff that got put in the same box or whatever. But these are all the items I ordered. They actually came a while ago, but I only got a chance to do the filming until now, so yeah, I'm gonna put the gloves on and we're gonna start opening these bad boys and see what kind of cursed or unusual stuff we got today. So without further ado, let's get to it. So to make it like somewhat climatic, I guess, or however you want to call it, I think I'll start with the smallest one first. It's just like this, once again, small, cheap plastic bag. And yeah, overall, I don't think this one's gonna have a lot in it, but you never know. I mean, from past experience, it seems like some of the smallest bags tend to have the most cursed and unusual products, so. And we got, another plastic bag, and I don't even know what this is. It looks like a whole bunch of just like different knockoffs, and oh no. No, not these guys again. No! Yeah, so it looks like we got a 2-in-1 here. A 2-in-1 of 2 very different and cursed types of bootlegs. We got these wannabe Bluey figures that were painted on a 1-cent budget with a very off-colored muffin, I want to say? I can't even tell what some of these characters are. They're so poorly painted. And then we got this pack with like, I guess you could call it cake toppers with like smaller figures. If you've watched this series for a while, these probably look familiar because I did review similar figures in one of my first episodes, or the second one I think. I forgot, but these ones do look a little bit different anyways compared to the ones I got, so I guess we have variety now, which is just wonderful. But yeah, with that said, I want to check out this one first because compared to the other ones I've seen, these are a bit more unique. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe them. Jeez. Why did they wrap this in so much plastic? We got a plastic bag in a plastic bag in like another plastic bag inside of the one they actually shipped in. Like, I know they don't care about the environment, but this is just getting ridiculous. Now I have to open all of these. These figures aren't even remotely well made. Why did they need to protect them so much? Alright, so after opening this plastic bag, followed by this plastic bag, followed by this plastic bag, and all of these plastic bags, we finally opened all of the Bluey figures. And honestly, taking a look at them, yeah, they leave a lot to be desired, to say the least. Alright, so taking a closer look, and apologies if the camera isn't focusing because even it doesn't want to look at these things, but trying to take a closer look, you can definitely tell that these things were produced pretty cheaply. You can see that the paint is like very like kind of bland and it's just like slapped on there, and overall it's just very rough, and yeah, the details are kind of lacking. They even have like all these rings on top, I guess maybe because they're supposed to be like keychain items or something. Although I don't know why anyone would want to display something like this. Oh my gosh, Bluey looks awful. They didn't even paint her eyes. Like, they're just like blue pupils, which is just miserable. And the ears are just all wrong. Like, they just slapped the paint on there. And funny enough, even though they're supposed to be figures, you can't actually like pose or move them. So I guess they really are just like keychain items, and Chili's bottom portion is just falling off, or they didn't even like build it right. Yeah, they didn't even like assemble it correctly, so she's just completely crooked. Rusty looks like he's been through like 10 wars. And then this is the one I'm curious about, Muffin. They didn't even get the color right. It's just like gray. I feel like whenever they make knockoffs of Snickers, he always gets the worst of it. I don't know why, but he just looks so derpy and just like out there. Like, even he doesn't want to be here. I thought I might as well get this monstrosity open. These are like the cheap cake toppers. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother opening them, but looking through the bags, I think is what is supposed to be Bandit looks kind of similar. Although it is a little bit better than the last one I got. Although, admittedly, that's not saying much at all. And to be honest, Chili looks okay. I mean, it still looks like garbage, but it's better than the demon I got the first time, so I guess they're improving. We have our other plastic bag right here, and I believe this one might be a plush, or one of the plushies I got. Yeah, looking at it, it's kind of hard to tell, but it does look like a talking Bluey plush, which was basically what was promised on the website. But I'm curious to see if this is actually legit or not, because from the listing, it seemed like it was legit. But obviously, I have a really hard time believing that. But I think we'll have to take a closer look and see if it's matching up with the legit one or if it's a bootleg. Alright, so I repositioned the camera so you can get a better view of it, and admittedly, this is pretty interesting because it does kind of look official, and admittedly, it is like pretty on point with the Talking Bluey plush, or the official one, albeit a little bit smaller. Let's see, does it actually talk? I don't really like feel anything inside of it. It's like this back part for the opening, although not sure what's in it. I mean, it looks like it does have like some kind of speaker box, but I have no idea if it works or not. But yeah, usually like the Talking Bluey plushies would have like a button that actually activates the speaker, but I don't see one here, so I have no idea how this thing is supposed to work. But overall, looking at it, the color is a little bit off, and the fur texture, especially on the nose right here, is a little bit different. And probably the number one evidence right here is this tag right here. It says official Minecraft product, which is, it's not like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's a square, like a Minecraft mob, I guess, but I don't think this would be on an official item saying that a Bluey toy is from the Minecraft universe. So, to say the least, because of that and the fact that there's no like information about Moose or Ludo Studios or the BBC, I'm going to conclude that this is in fact a bootleg. I'm just gonna put some AAA batteries in here just to see what happens. Part of me thinks that the speaker box is probably just a dud and it won't actually do anything, but I think we have to at least try it out. Pushing the on switch on, and I don't hear anything, so yeah, I assume it doesn't work. Usually you just push on the belly and that's where the sound comes from, but looking at the speaker and the plush, there's no way to activate it, so I guess it's just there? So with that disappointment out of the way, here's a comparison with the legitimate official Talking Bluey plush here on the right, which actually works. Yes, indeed. And as you can see, the knockoff does a okay job of replicating it. It even has like the super long arm and stuff. But other than that, you can definitely tell it does look a little bit wonky compared to the official one over here.
Let's do this.
Alright, so with the knockoff plushie out of the way, I guess we'll move on to some of the bigger stuff over here, and I'm sure from this point it's gonna get even more cursed, so beware, I guess. Yeah, it looks like we got 3 big plastic bags. Woohoo. Now I'm even more curious to see what's going on here, and it looks like in this plastic bag we have another plastic bag. Alright, so just trying to unravel the healer family, and yeah, it looks like we just have a little bag with the complete family in it, so I guess we'll open this and see how good or not so good these bootleg figures are. Oh yeah, and of course, these just had to be wrapped in plastic too, but I think you could just like open them on the sides maybe, or are they sealed? I can't tell. These are actually decent for knockoffs. I mean, of course, in the grand scheme of things, these are still pretty bad compared to the originals. As you can see, the tail is very like choppy and like chipped here. But other than that, I mean, I guess we've seen much worse. We'll just put it that way. Like, these are obviously pretty cheaply made, and the limbs move very awkwardly. Like, they get stuck at some points, but are also very loose at the same time. But admittedly, it's not the worst I've seen, although I still wouldn't recommend these. However, with that said though, one thing I do notice about almost all of the knockoffs, and I don't know why they do this except to save money obviously, but they never paint the eyebrows. I always thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, with these knockoffs already checked out, I guess we'll take a look at these other bags as well. I assume they contain similar content, so I won't spend too much time on them. But yeah, with all of the padding and like security and stuff, it makes it look like I'm trying to ship or receive something that's not legal, if you know what I mean. With all the padding and stuff, it looks honestly kind of suspicious. And inside all of this madness, we have another set of Bluey's family with all of her friends, which I guess it's better than the last one. But outside of that, it looks like they're pretty much the same quality as the other stuff we've been seeing, which is not that great, but better than the other knockoffs I've seen. Now, looking at Snickers, he actually has his hat correct, which is not a huge accomplishment, but I guess it's something. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we got anything different. But yeah, I'm not really sure what bundle this is supposed to be. It's kind of like similar to the second one we got, but slightly different. This version of Honey, they just left her with none. And what is this? What did they do to his legs? I was not expecting that. That is kind of weird. And they did it to Chili too. They just have like super long legs. I mean, I guess if you look closely, they even did it to Bluey. Why are their legs so long? Why are his legs so long? Why are his feet yellow? I have no idea what's going on here, but his legs are just like super long. Like, bro is not skipping leg day this year. He is on a whole nother level. I guess they really cheapened out to give the characters extra height. And you can even see that, like, it's breaking apart right here. And, oh, well, I just completely broke it. There goes Chili's extra tall legs. But, yeah, this is definitely, like, on the lower end. Although, the addition of the tall legs is pretty amusing. Alright, so now I have to get all of this, disproportionate nonsense out of the way. And I guess we'll just move on to the last two boxes, which are actually pretty big and bulky, so that kind of gets me curious. You just gotta love the fact that they have to make you cut open the box and rip the styrofoam so the little pieces will inevitably get everywhere and be impossible to clean up. Alright, so I finally got this, once again, also suspicious box open. And, oh yeah, we got something interesting. Oh no. I didn't think they would actually come, but we got the fake Bluey Funko Pops, if you want to call them that. Yeah, these are certainly going to be some of the most interesting things we've seen on this channel. I'm actually going to get this box open because I believe these two boxes both hold the quote-unquote Bluey Funko Pops. So I'm just gonna get this one open and see if we can get the full set and look at it as a whole. Alright, so I just opened the last box to complete the set and just gonna rearrange them to have the correct numbers here. But we finally have the complete collection featuring fan favorites Bluey, Nana, Family, and Bingo. And yeah, as you can see, they didn't even try with the names here. So first off, we have Bluey, which honestly looks more like Bandit. Then we have Chili, who's called Nana. This character who's also Bandit. I guess this one's supposed to be Bluey because it doesn't have the gray hairs, but it's just called Family. And then we have this one, which I think is supposed to be Bingo, even though it looks exactly like Chili except for the difference on the package. And funny enough, this is the only one they got right for some reason. All the other names are just totally wrong, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, to say the least, these are pretty interesting, and I just realized they just put the stage show tag from like the Bluey's Big Play or one of the promos for some reason, even though this has nothing to do with that. But yeah, as you can obviously see, they tried to make it look like a Funko Pop, but to say the least, I don't think these are legit, and not to mention that the designs are incredibly cursed. I'd say we just get our favorite character, Bluey, quote-unquote, over here. And yeah, it's certainly a specimen. She just got the big head, which is like, actually the head kind of moves, so you can do whatever that is. It's not really supposed to be posable, it's just meant to be a collector's item, I guess. Although, I have no idea who's gonna wanna collect this unless you're just interested in weird and absurd merchandise like I am. Whether you want to say they're unique in a good or a bad way, I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, they are definitely some of the more unique or strange knockoffs I have reviewed on this channel. I think I'll just take these two out because these two, even though they're branded as different characters, they're actually the same, which is of course a ripoff, but what are you gonna do about it? And yeah, overall, they are just strange little creatures. Not too much else to say. But yeah, with that said, this was another amazing, if you even want to call it that, Bluey Knockoffs review. I was originally just gonna make this about Bluey merch from AliExpress, since that's basically where I got all of these items from, but I guess we can call it another knockoff review too, because we certainly got a lot of those, including some very peculiar ones that I've never seen before. With how many videos I've done, I assumed that I covered everything, but if this is any indication, we're only just beginning. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed this very cursed Bluey video, and I tried to go at a bit of a faster pace in this one, because I feel like some of my knockoff videos are getting super long, and a while back someone even told me that they're boring, so I tried to make it a little bit more fun, although I think these did a lot more talking than I ever could. But with that said, if y'all actually like the different pacing or want me to do something different, feel free to comment down below. But until next time, my name's Hideaki, and hopefully these things won't get me in my sleep and I can make more reviews of these beings of existence. But yeah, with that said, I'll be signing out, and until next time, I'll see you all soon. So I guess have a great day and goodbye, y'all. See if we can jack Bandit's legs. Can't have nothing around here. Ha. What you gonna do without your fancy legs now, huh?